So Shake Me, Don't Wake Me is, it's kind of a love song, a twisted love song when you think about it.
So the song is about being in love with your sleep paralysis demon. That's how we wrote it, but I guess if you look at like a broader sense, it's kind of like being in love with somebody you can't.
To me, when we were writing lyrics, I kind of thought about like maybe a toxic relationship, but also something that's like a little bit one-sided.
So the concept for Shake Me, Don't Wake Me actually came to me in a bit of a dream. I was on vacation and I had a sleep paralysis experience. And it felt like, well, I couldn't move for one, as is the case with most sleep paralysis cases. But instead of seeing the demon, I felt like something was shaking me. And it really, really freaked me out. But then in the morning, when everything was said and done, I kind of thought to myself, oh, this would be a hilarious idea for a song. About like a guy falling in love with a sleep paralysis demon. You know, like he wants her there, but as soon as he wakes up, she's gone. So yeah, came from a real experience, you could say.
The recording process was pretty easy to me. Me and Drew's been recording for like the last decade, doing different things.
We recorded the single in our vocalist and bassist house. We call it Wasted Headquarters.
The recording process started with Sam doing like kind of a rough bass line that I could follow.
You know, we started off with a bass track just to get the whole, because it starts off with the bass intro, so when you get the whole first scratch track, you add the drums in, then you add the bass, then you add the guitar, and then we did a couple different vocal tracks and any ad-libs we wanted to do for it, and it was pretty quick.
We've used Sam's house before to record, and we've had, for whatever reason, he lives in a 115 year old house that just has a really, really great sound. And for whatever reason, that room upstairs where we record just sounds great.
Well, when we first started recording, we actually were going to try to do an E-kit, so it was a little bit easier to mix with Drew. But then I was playing to the metronome and it just like kept not syncing up, and it was just like a sensitivity issue with the E-kit. So that was a bit frustrating, but the bright side of that is I got to play on my actual kit, and that went a bit better because I'm more comfortable with that.
The most challenging part about recording this song was definitely the drums, because I mean, it's like recording multiple different instruments at once and just kind of seeing what sounds fit well together for the drum kit, what's good dry audio.
And then we also managed to turn his bathroom into a reverb chamber. By taking a microphone and putting it in the middle of the bathroom, and because there's lots of reverb in there, and then what we did is we had Cortney play drums and recorded that microphone as she was playing, and we got a really, really great live drum sound just from using a bathroom. So it's kind of like Abbey Roads inspired without going to Abbey Roads and buying the plane ticket.
While we were setting up drums, we found something very important and almost like a historical artifact for Wasted Society. So this is some $100, or it was $100 at one time. Now it's probably $200 because of inflation and crap like that. But we found a $100 microphone, a Samson, that we used to record the very first Wasted Society demo or EP with. And it's crazy to find it because we recorded vocals, drums, and guitars with it. The bass was DI, but we still have it, and it's going to be included in the recording of this set as a room mic. So that's kind of special for us.
Yeah, past that, it felt like it went relatively smooth. Everybody was able to do their thing quickly within one session, which was nice because we were trying to get this out relatively quickly.
And my favorite part of the process from start to finish is recording bass and vocals. I just love, to me it feels kind of like a video game, trial and error. Like, you mess up a part, you just keep doing it until you get better at it.
Sam is an incredible vocalist, and he pulled some Michael Jackson stuff out of nowhere. That's the best way I can describe it. To me, it just sounds like something that Michael Jackson would do, which is crazy because we're a rock and roll band, but you know.
So I approached writing the vocal melody for the song by going based off of the style of the main guitar riff. And then I figured I'd make the verses a little bit more punky but still melodic, and then have the choruses be a little bit more pop, kind of as we do sometimes.
I also find I really like writing lyrics, so that was fun, because Sam and Drew are both great at writing lyrics, and they've been doing it longer than I have, but this was like, because I would like write poetry and stuff, but it's nice to like write lyrics to the song and like work with them, and I think in the song we got some really good imagery within our lyrics.
The rest of the band also helped me out too, because we wrote the lyrics together. When we got to the studio to record vocals, I had most of the ideas there, but they definitely helped give ideas like, hey, it'd be kind of cool if you did this at this part just to give it a little bit more flair. And their ideas definitely helped bring all of this together.
The most rewarding part of recording Shake Me, Don't Wake Me was being able to walk away with a single, a piece of music that is completely DIY, do it yourself. We spent no money recording this song. We did it all by ourselves in a home, and it sounds incredible. And we got it to sound just like we wanted it to. And so I think that's the most rewarding part, being able to come into a room together, not only write a song together, and then record together and produce it together, and it just comes out to be this very cohesive piece that's honest, organic, and kind of everything I think we all could have wanted when it comes to making a single. And the other rewarding part is that now we have a single. So listen to it.
So the most rewarding part of the process to me was when Drew started actually sending the mixes. Like, we could hear how everything came together, like all three of us as a band for the first time, and it was a pretty cool feeling.
Would send us mixes and we would critique as we heard things that we wanted to change.
So in terms of mixes, we had 52 mixes, all right? Which is insane. But you have to make sure it sounds right. So that was our reasoning for that. We ended up having, I think, 10 masters in total. And obviously the 10th master is the one that made it. But it took us a minute to get that perfect master down. But I finally think we got it in the end.
The end goal for this project was definitely to have not only just a song written, because we don't just write songs to write songs, but we wanted to make a song that was, all of us playing together, something that's really catchy, something that's very interesting, and something that'll show people who Wasted Society is.
The end goal of this project was to basically come out of the gate swinging. It's the first song that I'm playing drums on and was able to also write with Drew and Sam. So it was to present the new Wasted, I guess, in a way. And just to show everybody what we can do and how we mesh together as a band when all of our voices are there from the conception of the song.
I think what sets this song apart from the other Wasted songs is definitely the pop influence and vibe mixed with the Dungeons and Dragons sort of raw rock and roll kind of sound that we have. I think you put those two things together and you have something that could do well on radio, and it could do well in a basement, it could do well over the PAs in a bar, it could do well anywhere. The one thing that is always going to be a staple of Wasted Society songs that we try to implement is that we always try and make the sound somewhat relatable so that everybody can enjoy it.